You know my motto, I don't make believe, I make believers, family. I'm your gracious host, Drummer, 1980 hailing from Columbia, South Carolina. I hope you're having a good day today, and if that's not the case, ask yourself why, because after all, happiness is an inside job. Did you hear me? I said happiness is an inside job, and it will always be an internal affair. Well, guys, we back today again. The Democrats are in trouble, guys. Let's just be honest. Now, I make no bones about it. I'm not going to mince words. I'm not in favor of the Democrats nor the Republicans. But today, we're going to talk about the Democrats. Because we have somewhat of an abusive relationship with the Democrats in the black community, the FBAs in particular. As we take a walk throughout the catacombs of history, and we just thumb back just to Bill Clinton, but let's just start there, okay? Bill Clinton. Black people, big Bill Clinton up said that he was the first black president. Do anybody remember that foolishness? I was a young scribe laddin at that time, but I can remember the conversations, what people was having. People was saying that he was the first black president simply because he could play a saxophone. He was on Arsenio Hall. Do anybody remember this? Somebody make me out to be a liar and put it in the comment section. This man pushed the 3 strikes law, also known as the Biden bill, because he bragged about being the architect. Devastated and decimated many black homes, put the father in prison. We all know once you take the man out of the equation, everything else will follow suit. Now, I love women, but women are not created to be leading in such a major capacity as that. He massaged this. I'm just truth telling. That's all. Because if women could do it, we wouldn't have the problems that we currently have now. Look at the black community. Okay. And I'm not blaming everything on the women, but women can't lead in that capacity is what I'm saying. Okay. Look at the nuance of what I'm saying. Okay. A woman can raise a productive citizen, but it takes a man to raise a boy, okay? That's all I'm saying. All right, moving right along from that. So the Clinton era, you see what happened. Fast forward. Let's go to the Obama era. And he have the audacity to drag himself out of obscurity, to come and try to talk down on the black men. Now, we all know Obama was a plant, and you know how I figured that out. Now, granted, just for spits and giggles, I'm going to just give him the first election in 2008, okay? I'm going to just give that to him. But the second election, you know that man didn't win that election. You know why? Because white people was up in arms the first election. When he won that first election, people was going at it on Facebook. Friendships, so-called friendships was breaking up all on Facebook and all across social media. It was a firestorm, right? So I know he didn't win that second election. Just like I know Bush didn't win Florida from, I believe it was Gore. They stole it. But we all know if that really matter, watch what I'm about to say. If voting really, really matter in that capacity, and it was that important, they would make it illegal. Because you think these oligarchs go allow you to tell them what to do? These people pushing for something. It's the beast system, guys, but I'm not going to go too far into that. But I know Bush lost that election in Florida, but they gave it to him anyway. I believe it was Al Gore, guys. Go fact check me, guys. I knew something was off then, and I was a young man at this time. Obama came onto the scene, right? And I knew he was a plant. I'm telling you, I knew this guy was a plant. But black people were so happy that they got somebody that look. You notice, I'm putting emphasis on the word look like them. Not thought like them. And we had to figure out the hard way that white supremacy will use a person with melanin to push their agenda. Malcolm X and all of the elders taught us about this in times of old. They will get somebody that look like you and they will whip you worse than the master. Slavery taught us that, right? Huh? Barack Obama sat himself in the chair, didn't prosecute one race soldier, one unruly cop that unalived many black people under the Obama administration from 2008 to 2016. There was more black people deleted in that period of time than any other time in history. Yep. And what did he do? He sat on his hands, didn't do anything. As a matter of fact, he called you a thug. If I'm lying, somebody just stop my mouth. Show the evidence. That's all. Show the evidence. He sat on his hands. Matter of fact, he called you a thug. And then on top of that, he gave the police more protection with the blue alert law. Yep, he signed that. And people say, well, just wait. He is going to do something whenever that he exit office. Negro didn't do nothing. Not one thing. Then people finally caught on to the trick. We done been had, we done been bamboozled, we done been hoodwinked. Yes. So now you can't pull that same stunt with Kamala, but we gonna get to her. Now, in all of that time that Obama was in the chair, Joe Biden was his vice president. We all know Joe Biden history going back to the 70s. His mentor was Robert Byrd, a Klansman, okay? A leader of the Klansmen. He said that was his idol. So it would be safe to assume that he picked up the ways. He adopted the ways, right? And not only did he adopt the ways, he practiced, he put it into motion. This is the person y'all was hollering and cheering for. This is the same man. His DOJ will not prosecute Carolyn Bryant. She was living, but yet they'll go get a Nazi that's 95 years old, that was a secretary in Auschwitz, Germany somewhere. Huh? Am I talking? They'll go get them. But this woman have admitted the line. What cost another human being their life? Emmett Till. They sat on their hands, didn't do nothing. Hold on. I'm about to work these summer guns. I'm about to work them. Okay. Do anybody remember the shooting in Buffalo, New York? I believe 8 people perished on that day at the grocery store. The shooter had some type of racial epithets wrote all over his gun. These people got on TV, Kamala Harris and all of these people, and they was talking about the Jewish community. They was talking about the Jewish community. No Jewish people didn't get killed. Not to my knowledge. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They was talking about giving them hate bills. Like, what? Do anybody remember that? Take this walk with me. So you think that we gonna sit here and vote for Kamala Harris? She been the vice president for quite some time too. Do anybody see a pattern? I'm trying to establish a pattern for you guys. Everything that I said is life-threatening things. We ain't even got to the policies yet because the benign and neglect is in full effect. Did you hear me? That rhyme a little bit. Bars. The benign neglect is in effect. They don't give you anything like they do other people. When they come to the Asian community, they don't say we're Asian and others. God almighty. They don't say Asian and other minorities. They don't say Asian and LGBTQTAVIS. They don't say that. They don't say Asian and brown. They don't try to separate the Asian men from the women. They don't go say, well, Asian woman magic. I know y'all don't like that. They don't do that. When they come to them with something, they say, this is for the Asian community. Period. Now, the Asians are up in arms because the affirmative action bill have been removed off the table. And now their numbers have plummeted. And now they suing. See, because affirmative action did not benefit us as a whole. You might have one or two here and there, but that's a trick bag. White women benefited more from affirmative action because she is considered to be a minority. A gay Irish man is considered to be a minority. A so-called white man that's claiming to be an Indian, that's 125th, is a minority. You see? So now they're crying. But anywho, do you think that we gonna vote for you? I don't vote for evil. And to be honest with you, now this is where the turn is gonna happen. They all are warlords. They warmongers. I don't vote for evil. I'll let y'all have that. Kamala Harris will tell a lie just as quick as I'm looking at the camera. Kamala Harris will insult black people by coming on, talking about she was listening to that Tupac back in the 80s. She was putting on Chuck Taylors, just cosplaying. That's an insult to me. The Democrats talking about get your booty to the polls, and they was talking about the jab. Remember in 2020, 2021? Back that thing up, vax that thing up. And all of a sudden now she done got religion. Talking about she's in the Christian church. Yo, that's the oldest tactic in the book. These people playing right in your face. This woman had the audacity and the unmitigated gall. Hear me when I talk. Said that she cleaned collard greens in a bathtub and said that she's black. I didn't say it. Y'all stop trying to blame me for everything. I'm not taking the blame. That's what she said. This woman was talking back in the day that they promised black people 40 acres and a mule. This woman said 20 acres. Just all over the place. When she was talking about freedmen, she was trying to include everybody else in the talks. No. We want the same treatment as everybody else. And if we can't get that treatment, that's fine. But just don't look for us to support you. Okay? That's all that I'm saying. This woman tried to cosplay. She changing up her accent to some type of southern type deal. Cringe, if I say so myself. But she wants you to support her. And when that teleprompter go off and she can't read, the truth come out. She be babbling, be all over the place. Can't answer direct questions unless it's scripted. Everything has to be written out first. That's how you know something ain't genuine. Because something is genuinely in your heart, you can just rattle it off at any time. I don't need no piece of paper right now because I'm talking from the heart. I'm talking from the soul. This is not scripted whatsoever. Because I'm authentic. I'm genuine. I don't have to tell you that because you can feel it. But with a Kamala Harris, you seen what you get. Now, Trump ain't no better, guys. That's about like saying, which one do you want? Do you want me to sexually violate you? Or do you want me to delete your mother? God, I'd be like, Mom, you are saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost, right? Yeah, well, you going on to be with Jesus. Nah, guys, I'm playing, guys. That's a hard charge. Because they both, Satan and the devil. 6 in one hand, a half a dozen in the other, same thing. Vote your conscience, but I'm just saying, but these Democrats, these Republicans, if somebody put a gun to my head, I'd rather have my white supremacy with no chaser. I don't want a brown face on it. I don't need a brown face because we know what Kamala Harris is going to do. Let me ask y'all a question and then I have to make my rounds, all right? Every time you see a melanated woman with a Caucasian gentleman, okay? When have you ever seen them really help the black community? I'm talking about in mass. They might be one here and there. Those are rare as hen teeth. Figure that out. Google it. Rare as hen teeth. You see what you got with Ketanji Brown Jackson, right? Nothing. You see what you was getting with Stacey Dash, right? Huh? You seen what you was getting with Sage Steele, right? Oh, and I can keep going until 2028. You see what you gonna get? You're not gonna get anything good that's coming from somebody that's indulging in slave play, if you will. And if you think anything otherwise, you need to check yourself. And let me say this one thing. See, you think racism have to be some mouth-fropping, somebody yelling out racial epithets and dropping the N-bomb all the time. See, that's your problem. See, racism is in suit and tie, booted, clean, speak eloquently, very articulate, like Jared Taylor. You don't know who Jared Taylor is? Go Google him. Like a Richard Spencer, like a Jordan Peterson. Very intelligent individual. Jordan Peterson is brilliant. But he got some alt-right leanings to him, though. Yeah. See, you don't look at that. See, whenever you see somebody in suit and tie, oh, they ain't racist. They ain't dropped the ember. They don't have to. They speak in code. They use dog whistles. A dog whistle is created for only just a select few to hear. It's esoteric. Esoteric simply means only a few will understand. It's not meant for you to understand it. If you was to understand it, it would be called exoteric, meaning the masses understand. No. They talk in code. They use dog whistles and talk all around you. Do anybody remember Lee Atwater? He was caught on tape saying, we can't use those type words like the N word. We have to use words like disproportionate communities, minority, disadvantaged community. Yeah, they don't use harsh terms. They use euphemisms. That way it softens the blow. And many of y'all haven't picked up on that. Listen at me, guys. White supremacy comes in many forms. It comes in more forms than hollering and screaming and using racial epithets and dropping the N-bomb all day. What you have to realize, white supremacy is sophisticated as well. That's why they conquered the world like they did. It comes in suit and tie as well. It comes in brown face. Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Clarence Thomas. You understand? Eric Adams. It comes in brown face as well. But those are just the puppets that are used because they don't have no power. The only time that they have power is when it comes to you. But when it comes to white folks, they don't have no power. But guys, what do y'all think? The Democrats are finished. I think Trump is going to win this election by a landslide. Perhaps I'm wrong, but we'll see November the 6th. Okay. Vote your conscience, all right? But until next time, peace. And remember, there is more.